Alright, you'd think that 2 videos being both around 30 minutes long is more than enough to cover the majority of bugs and glitches in any video game. But this is Payday 2 we're talking about. A game that is filled with more bugs than this insect trap right here. So you know what that means. It is time for part 3 of the bugs and glitches series. There are still a few things that I didn't mention in the previous videos, but I also got into contact again with the chats over at the Payday 2 speedrunning website, and they have found God knows how many new out of bounds glitches for speedrunning, so I'm gonna show all of them. Enjoy! Starting on Black Cat. The other day when I was playing this on stream, I discovered if you crouch around this corner, you enable some sort of X-ray hack, allowing you to see pretty much anything through the walls. No idea why this happens, I haven't seen this happening somewhere else. It doesn't give you the ability to shoot through the walls or anything, it is just some weird visual thing. On Alaskan Deal, there's this weird bug that won't allow you to make cops surrender in a certain spot. For example, if you stand here, and a cop stands here, you cannot make him go surrender, even though he is in range. There is some sort of invisible wall right here, that is going to prevent you from pressing F on any unit to make him surrender. I honestly wonder why stuff like this isn't fixed, considering this has been in the game for so many years by now. Cursed Kill Room is probably the easiest heist out there. Even on death sentence, you can literally beat it without any issues whatsoever. You activate the main objective, instantly fail it, run a loop around the entire heist, then wait here again at the start. And after 5 minutes, you can leave again just to interact with the button and win the heist. Easy as that. Usually any assault on death sentence is around 3.5 minutes long. However, the first assault on Art Gallery is by far the easiest one you will ever encounter. For some reason, it just lasts around 40 seconds, and pretty much not a single cop will ever get you. I mean, just look at this sped up footage of me quote unquote holding out at the first assault with the boys. I'm literally just running around trying to find enemies in this assault. It's quite funny, not gonna lie. As you surely know, converted cops get a huge amount of health boost, meaning you will have a hard time trying to kill them if you really wanted to. However, this boost for converts does not apply when you join a game mid-heist and there are already converts present, resulting into you being able to kill any converts like as if they would be normal cops. So, you know, be careful around converts when you just join the game. When selecting a different game mode in the crime.net filter, from let's say the normal heists to crime spree, and then select a rank spread of let's say 50 rank, you get no lobbies anymore. This isn't because of crime spree being this much of a dead game mode, it's because the crime spree spread rank filter is bugged. Changing it to any rank gives you plenty of lobbies of 50 rank or even above. And changing the filter to let's say plus 1000 ranked lobbies only, you still get the very same lobbies as if you didn't put a filter on at all. This entire spread filter thing is totally bugged. Now this next thing isn't really a bug, it's more or less an issue within the game engine itself. When you are in any lobby with another player who is currently in his inventory changing out his builds or skills or whatever, your game tends to lag out whenever that player does too many interactions. The engine cannot handle this many inputs this fast, so you tend to get just a few frames per second every time this happens. A simple way to get around this is by going into inventory yourself and wait for a bit until the players are done with whatever they are doing. I don't know if there are some performance mods to fix this, but as I just said, use the inventory and it does the job pretty well. Now I'm sure you know how the thermal drill works. Yeah, you're right, it doesn't. No, but seriously, when you place the drill or the door breaker from Breakwest Indiana on the floor, the bag disappears and the door breaker is placed or the drill, doesn't matter. And you just need to interact with it. Now there's a short time where you can actually pick up the bag at the same time the breaker is actually placed, resulting into a duped item. However, this only works with another player. Doing this alone just won't give you enough time to pick up the bag again. But anyways, you can probably infinitely repeat this, I imagine, but I haven't tried it. But what you can do for sure is secure the door breaker. And in this case it's worth $23,000. The next bit is gonna focus on nothing but out of bounds glitches. So prepare yourself, because this part will go by pretty fast since there's just so many new glitches to talk about. Starting on Big Bank, by jumping out of the window between one of the main pillars and the entrance door, you get clipped beneath the bank. Obviously enough, you do need to crouch and stand up and do other various movement to get out of bounds. And this applies for pretty much any other out of bounds that comes after this. Now there's two more things that I need to say. First of all, I will now refer to any out of bounds glitch to just OOB, to make things easier. And second, pretty much any OOB in this video is used for a speedrunning strategy. Meaning these OOBs have some sort of use for them, just like this one you're currently seeing. But I won't mention how to do each heist once you went OOB, since it's gonna take way too much time to explain. So instead, I will just provide a link to a full run for most OOBs that are shown in this video somewhere in the description, for anyone who is curious enough. Anyway, let's continue, shall we? These garbage bags on Go Bank allow you to go out of bounds as well. In case it wasn't obvious, most of these OOBs are pretty hard to perform. They all still work, but I'll just use different footage from other people. So please excuse me the different HUDs that you will see throughout this part. Breath of Sky has this weird OOB at this wall. If you jump through it, you can just fall right into the escape zone where a lock waits for you. There are two OOBs on Slaughterhouse. One is this cycle right here, and another one is at these trash cans. Both allow you to reach the end of the heist using a specific way. This van on the second day on Reservoir Dogs heist allows you to go OOB using the escape button. It does take some time to perform, but eventually with enough patience you do get pushed through the invisible wall. And Brooklyn Bank has something similar. Using the van you can also go out of bounds. This one is a classic. I almost wonder why I didn't show this earlier. But anyway, on Bank Heist you can jump into the heist here at these two black pipes. Start with crouching carefully, and once you start to sort of clip inside, you just start running and you are now successfully inside the bank's walls. Do you remember that one OOB that I showed on No Mercy in the first video? Well, this OOB is actually patched now and it's no longer possible to do. However, there are new glitches that have been found to do the exact same thing, just in a different spot. Two spots actually. What a good game this is. Hotline Miami has an OOB in room 105. With the help of this lamp you can go below ground. And another one in the basement. But both of these are not really useful. And there's also a third one at the second day, right here at this fence at the beginning. This one is also kinda useless, at least for normal playthrough. It might have some potential for a speedrun though. Similar to the famous OOB on First World Bank, you can also go out of bounds using this plant here on Breaking Fats. Here right behind the counter on the entrance on Break Roast in Tiana, you can hop out of bounds as well with the help of this chair. Bollocks Mansion has something similar, just with a table and a shelf instead. And it's also a bit more difficult to execute. On Yacht Heist you can jump up to this lamp from the staircase and do whatever this is. If you're lucky enough you can jump into the floor above, but it's kinda difficult to do. You can also go out of bounds using this pipe here, which is located at the end part of the heist, where the servers are. And also here at this metal shelf and box. And there's yet another OOB at this chair right here. Not sure why Yacht Heist in particular is this broken. Alright, that was a lot of OOBs, I'm pretty sure. But I'm not even done yet with them. We're just gonna go focus some desync issues for now. Starting with something small. Sometimes when finishing a heist, the end stats screen just doesn't appear for some reason. No matter if crew stats or just personal stats. When joining a game mid-heist, Whenever the host has, let's say, his leech ampule effect running at the same time you join, the visual effect on the HUD will sometimes apply to you, with the difference being that the throwable displayed will be the one that you are currently using, which in my case is the flashbang. And sometimes this visual bug won't go away, sometimes it does go away, it's kinda weird. Corpses sometimes just don't really disappear when someone has insane internet connection issues. But I think the word corpse is wrong because these corpses on the ground are still alive, they still have hitboxes, and you can still kill them. This is because the guy with the huge ping already killed these corpses, but the game didn't really register that properly. Not to mention that the cops don't really move anymore if you are having connection issues to the host himself. Oh, and also whatever happened that one time when playing Watch Dogs. Please, would you finally pick us up? Please, game. Please, Nite, help us. Stop looking at fucking furry porn or whatever you're doing up there. We're dying, oh dude. I'm dead. It was nice knowing you, chat. What is this game? What? Not entirely sure what happened here, but I assume the game thought not everyone was in the escape zone because someone was having a huge ping and was just desynced like crazy. Have you ever seen the cops climb over these yellow gates on beneath the mountain and thought to yourself why you can't do this yourself? Well, who said you can't? Just jump through them. With any platform that allows you to jump this high, it's easily doable. Like for example here, you can do something similar on this side. Just climb up the wall and jump over the gate. And if you're good at parkour, you can pass the gate faster this way rather than cutting it. Whenever you empty an ammo bag with the aced version of Bulletstorm, you get a whole minute of infinite shooting, and this isn't stated anywhere in the description. This is some sort of weird bug, and you might ask, why does this happen? Well, as you know, the Bulletstorm skill allows you to shoot repeatedly without losing ammo for a maximum of 20 seconds straight, if you grabbed 100% total ammo out of the bag, assuming you run the aced version. This is stated in the skill description as well. However, in the code for Bulletstorm, it looks a bit different. 100% of ammo is equal to 10 seconds of infinite shooting. This is multiplied by 2 because you have 2 guns, which then is going to reach up to these 20 seconds. You can do this 6 times maximum because a full ammo bag stores 600% of, well, ammo. However, for some dumb reason, whenever I use up the entire ammo bag, no matter how much percent it had left in it, it is always going to apply 600%. As if you just grabbed 600% ammo out of the bag, even though you grabbed way less. Which is why it's going to result into a 60 second of infinite shooting. Anytime you switch to a different weapon at the same time you get revived, there's a chance you get this weird bugged weapon view model. Now this is just a visual bug. Whenever you shoot or switch weapons or interact with anything, it gets fixed again and shows the weapons as intended. This is kinda similar to the melee bug that I showed in the first part. Sometimes when joining a game as a client, you get an infinite black screen. You're fully loaded in the map, you can use the chat just fine, but you cannot see anything. This rarely happens in the vanilla game, but more commonly with the usage of certain mods like custom AOST. As you can hear, I'm shooting my own weapon. And here are some screenshots as well from my pal. Refer to the chat being the same on both POVs. This is another minor thing, but extremely weird. When you're in this tunnel that leads to the elevator for the secret ending on the White House, you can shoot on the ground with any grenade launcher and it's going to launch you to the ceiling. I have absolutely no idea why this is a thing. Art Gallery has another one of these guard spots where when you stand in them, the cops just don't spawn anymore because they don't know where you are on the map. This is something that I already mentioned in the first and also second part, just on different heists obviously. Anyway, let's continue with some OOBs, shall we? I still got lots of stuff to talk about, so strap in. So on the same heist, you can also jump right through the ground here at the rooftop near one of the skylights. This one isn't necessarily useful, and the same can be said about the next OOBs that I will mention. Like this one here on Breakfast in Tiana, you can jump out of bounds on the first floor between this counter and heater. Hell's Island has two OOBs, one right here at the start where the thermite can spawn, and another one in the room where the turret is placed right before meeting Bane, between this bench and the garbage bin. The transport train heist also has an OOB at these rocks. There's an invisible wall right here, so you gotta jump above it and then behind it to go out of bounds. Shadow Raid has a bit of a different OOB. This one is more about parkour. First you climb up here to this part of the map with the ladder, then jump onto this vent and from there over to this chimney. For some reason there are these invisible walls right here that just let you jump on really high. Once you are up here, you can jump down to another invisible platform and from there you can safely land on the ground and explore the map from here. Obviously the new heist, being the Midland Ranch heist, is inspired from OOBs as well. There's one at the start between these hay bales, and a second one at these workbenches where you can craft weapons. On the second day of Firestarter you can go out of bounds using the plant and the couch here. Just make sure where you are headed because you can softlock yourself pretty easily inside the elevators. The diamond has an OOB with the escape van. Just set off the alarm while you stand on top of the van and you are now suddenly outside of the intended play area. These traffic cones are super weird on Car Shop. If you shoot them in the ground with akimbo charges using buckshot, they are halfway in the ground. Now if you melee them while standing on top of them exactly when they, I guess, quote unquote face away from you, you are now suddenly underneath the map. The second day of Rats has two more OOBs. Both of them are in the same apartment, in this room right here where the planks are at the window. One OOB is at the shelf next to the TV, and another one is in the bathroom between the bathtub and the safe. Goat Simulator has two similar OOBs. Both are at these wooden benches with trash bins next to them. In the basement on the first day of Big Oil, there is an OOB right here. Similar to some of the OOBs I just showed, this one is also quite useless. The holdout version of First Hold Back is kinda bugged too. You can jump from this window to the balcony and go out of the intended play area. This jump however is very hard to do. It requires a full Yakuza speed boost effect with various other movement skills. And the jump itself has to be done in a curve like I do it here to get the maximum momentum out of the jump. But once you are here on the balcony, you cannot really do much honestly. The path is blocked off to the vault, which doesn't even exist here. You can however jump out of bounds in this office here. This OOB is actually patched in the normal version of First Hold Back, but not here. Once you are outside, you can only really look around and not that much more honestly. Alright, so as you probably already realized, whenever you fall out of bounds, you get teleported back to any area that has collision above you, preferably inside the intended play area. However, you can manipulate this by having a second player in the lobby. When you fall out of bounds with a player in the lobby, you will always get teleported back to him, regardless where he stands. And even if that location is out of bounds, doesn't matter. This also can lead to a soft lock, like you can see here. We are both stuck here underneath the map, constantly teleporting to each other. But if you know how to use this, you can use one player to crouch near the ceiling, While you are standing up, when you get teleported back into the heist, you get clipped through the walls and the ceilings, allowing you to skip certain parts of the map. Well, I think I covered pretty much everything there is about out-of-bounds glitches. It certainly was a lot, I can't lie. However, I'm pretty sure there will be a lot of more out-of-bounds glitches found after the release of this video, since most of these out-of-bounds glitches that I've just shown were surprisingly found within the last few months, which is just beyond incredible. The speedrun moderators definitely did a huge amount of work to find these OOBs, and I'm sure they won't stop now. I just gotta give some props right here to these people. You guys are absolutely insane for finding all of these OOBs and sharing them. Thanks a bunch. But I still got some bugs and stuff to talk about. For example, you can commit some funny minor amount of trolling on bank heist with the thermal drill. You can throw it inside of the van with the help of the explosive charge shotgun by launching the bag inside of the van, and if you do it properly, there is no way to grab it out of the van. This is more or less a soft lock. You can still shoot the bag in the spot where you can grab it through the van again, but why do you want to do that when you want to troll someone? There is another soft lock, I guess, on Safehouse Nightmare. When you reach the vault to save your 4 money bags, you can actually jump on top of them and then up here and behind the money. And you are now stuck here. Beneath the mountain has another really weird bug at the end. Sometimes the game believes all players entered the escape helicopter, even though this is not true. This rarely ever happens though. Now this is a bug that is going to be fixed pretty soon, I'm sure. But when using the new Hailstorm weapon with its new unique volley firing mode, there's a little bug with it. You see, normally you shoot 30 bullets with one click. However, if you were to have a bag on your back, like this fine goat here, you can actually hold down mouse 1 and shoot all 120 bullets with just one click. I have no idea why this only works with carrying a bag, but here you go. It doesn't end here though. You can tie this together with Bulletstorm and get this. This bug will be fixed pretty soon, I hope so at least. I just have no idea how this went unnoticed. I think it shows how good overkill tests a new update, I guess. Oh, and by the way, how good is it against bulldozers? Well, here we have a minigun dozer that will automatically respawn immediately whenever he dies. And yeah, I think this speaks for itself, doesn't it? That was around 190 minigun dozer kills within a few seconds. Good game. When you shoot yourself and jump down at the same time on Breath of Sky, you would think that you will end up dead on the ground, but this is not the case here. When you land, you are still able to walk around like nothing happened. Just your HUD says you have no health anymore, but it doesn't mention that you are in a god mode now, because no matter how many cops shoot you, you just cannot die. This is absolutely broken and overpowered. I just don't get how these bugs are still doable after all these years. Like, overkill, come on, please! Okay, well, I guess this isn't god mode after all. As you know, whenever you die, you get this slow motion effect. However, if you get instantly revived and kill yourself a second time right afterwards, and then restarting or leaving the heist while you are still in slow motion, you have this effect applied all the time. Like you see here, the footage is not edited. This is all achieved by breaking the game. The first day of Hoxton Breakout features a god spot right here at the start next to the dumpster. No matter how long you stand here, no cops can ever get you. Just be careful when you want to leave though. The second day also has a god spot where the cops just don't spawn anymore, like on Art Gallery. It's one of these armory rooms. For some reason it only works in this one in particular, which is the one on the first floor. For any other room, it just doesn't work. I don't know why. Anyway, no matter how long you stay here, the cops also cannot ever reach you. The same day also has one of the sentry glitches. This is something I haven't talked about in the first and second part, but when you place a sentry gun in a certain spot, like this one here, where the cops cannot destroy it, they will just continue to go here, trying to destroy the sentry gun. This was often used on Cook-Off to make that heist super easy to play, but I'm pretty sure this is fixed now, just not on Hawks and Breakout, and probably some other heists as well. And that's it. Thanks for watching Bugs and Glitch video part 3. It's quite amazing to see how much you can talk about this game when it comes to just bugs and glitches. Heck, there's still more stuff to talk about, like the weird looking Sydney knee whenever she crouches, for example. But that stuff is just so small that I feel like it's just not interesting to mention anymore. Most of the interesting stuff already has been said. Anyway, this video was mainly possible because of the people from the PAYDAY 2 Speedrunning Discord. They once again helped me out and made a huge list showing me all of these cool and new out of bounds glitches that they found within the last couple of months. It's quite incredible, honestly. Now with that said, I'm now finally free of military service, which in case you didn't know, the last 6 months I was in military service, hence why I wasn't able to upload much content. But this should change now again. Not to mention that I will start to work somewhere else in a different place than before, which hopefully won't have as rough working conditions and I get to do stuff daily. But we'll see about that. For now, I wish you folks a good day or something. Thanks for watching, I'll see you around.